Here comes the tank now. Oh, he's driven straight into the tank. He's driven straight. Oh, no!
Oh, это первый грузовик был. Первый грузовик уже выбили. This is brutal.
This is against the Geneva Convention, I think.
Just trying to crash into it.
It's just knocking the tank around.
Tank, we need to kill the tiger. Oh, holy my goodness. Oh my god.
Il a sa chaîne, et ben non, Kiki. Oh ben l'enfoiré, il a dit non. Et la coupe belle pour essayer de le terminer.
Is there nobody who can stop DC? Oh, no. You're not getting.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, at least if you're in North America. We are here for seasonal round 2 of the lower bracket here, winter seasonal. The match today, as you saw on the stream screen, is Central Alliance versus Alpha. Before we get into the stream, I wanted to introduce, I have 2 co-casters with me today, as I usually do. With me along today is Widow. Just a little bit, as I did before, a little bit on Widow. Widow plays infantry. He's played a little bit everywhere. He squad leads. He gets out of squad leading. He plays middle, southeast, flex, northwest, North Pole. And Widow, of course, is a graduate, I think, like with honors or something from some milsim. So he's got a little bit of RP experience. Bring it to the cast. Good morning, Widow.
Morning. Oh, yeah.
With me as well is Twist. Twist is an infantry SL. Wishes he could MG. Modern Warfare 2 game battles, top page in duos and trios. That was what, 2000 and circa 2007. So he's a washed
2009, 2010. Come on,
a certified washed boomer gamer. But if he survived the Modern Warfare lobbies on console back in the day, then pretty sure Twist can survive anything.
Yeah, learned a lot of new words back then.
So
I'm not gonna.
Sorry, I appreciate them joining me today. We're going to talk a little bit about the format, and we'll get into the map, which is going to be Semery Demont, and we're going to get into the matchup we have today. The lobby's starting to fill up. We got a few minutes before we expect flip, so we're going to, as they say in the industry, kill time. First, we're going to look at where we stand in the upper bracket here. The upper bracket, just playing for seeding. All of these teams are going to make the final 16 main stage, but since they've already qualified, we didn't want to leave them out of the fun for the first few weeks, so they're up playing for seeding. We already saw one of these matchups, actually 2 of these matchups. Falk and ESPT played last night, and that was a 3-2 win for ESPT. And Chimera and EG played earlier this morning. And do you guys know the result of that?
Yeah, I believe it was 3-2 on Hurtgen.
For EG.
Yeah, for EG.
Yeah, and then so Refused DC you'll see later today. Greyhounds WTH you'll see later today. Some great matches in the upper bracket later on today, starting around 2 or 3 in the afternoon if you're East Coast US, or do the conversion yourself if you're in Europe or something. Our match today is from the lower bracket, which we're going to look at. This is a play-in, so these are the bottom 16 teams, and they're not playing for seeding. These teams are playing for their lives. If you lose 2 games, you are done for seasonal. So, there's a little bit more at stake going on here. The top 8 teams are going to play to be a 1 or 2 seed in the main stage. These teams are going to be playing to either be a 3 seed, a 4 seed, or they're going to get the fuck out. The match we see today is actually an elimination match. If you see Alpha and Central Alliance there at the bottom, Alpha ended up in the lower bracket here by virtue of their loss to Broken Arrow on Hill 400 a week ago, and Central Alliance lost as a result, or ended up here as a result of a loss to 82 AD. That was on St. Meriglise, I believe. And so the winner of this match will go on to play the loser of TL and Syndicate, and the loser will get the fuck out. So there you go. That's the stakes for today. Teams aren't going to want to lose. They're going to be playing to keep their tournament hopes alive. So there you go. We are on Saint Marie de Mont today. We'll talk a little bit about the map while we're waiting for the flip here as I pull this up. I am, as you saw in the stream commentator, I play in tanks, so none of this shit really matters to me. So I'm going to kind of turn it over a little bit to Twisted Widow to talk to you guys a little bit about this map, specifically the midpoints, because that seems to be kind of the most important part, obviously, of determining the outcome, right? Because if you hold the midpoint, that's how you win. But
you can also 5-0.
well,
yeah,
that's what we've heard.
Yeah.
We have yet to prove that conclusively ourselves. We of the 3-2 TL team. But we believe that it's possible to end. They say that you can end the game early.
We 5-0'd EG.
I haven't played a night. Okay, well, that's ancient history. Let's talk about the midpoints, though. We're on SMDM today. Everybody knows this map. But, if there's anybody that's a little bit newer that's like, what the fuck is Dugout? How do you take Dugout? I got 2 experts on here that are going to talk about it a little bit. So, Twist, go ahead and talk to me about Dugout. What's important for this point? What are we going to look for? Where are the important areas?
Well, really, everywhere surrounding the point is important. But for Axis pushing up the buildings in the south in C6, that's a direct route into the hard cap. The hard cap is going to get RD'd all game, and then the west road heading south for the Allies, as well, is really important because that's in sector, and the gardens area in E4, that's crucial for them to hold if they are constantly contesting Axis with that area. Then it's going to be a long 90 minutes. But 5-way, that's the little area to the west of AA. That's going to be crucial for both teams to fight over. It controls access to the hill that is a direct route into the hard cap, and you can fire down on the other team once you control that. So yeah, that's Dugout. It's a meat grind.
Real quick now, Widow, I want you to talk about AA Network, but first we need to switch teams. You need to be on the Alpha side.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we joined on the right side, but they did some flips and shuffled around. So I need you to execute that, and then I'm going to need you to talk about AA Network a little bit.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that right now. As far as AA Network goes, though, 5 points is a very critical position for AA Network, for both Axis and Allies. Obviously Allies has the ability to use hockey stick and gardens to kind of leapfrog into 5 points, whereas the Axis kind of has to use the more open fields and wheat fields. That's very critical for holding AA and boxing out the ally side for the Axis. And then as far as AA goes itself, the hard cap, those trenches are important to maintain because you can hold an MG in the 2-story and even the grain feeder just south in the field. As far as the southeast side of AA goes, for both Axis and Allies, it's wheat fields. No one's going to be getting through those wheat fields unless you spend 5-10 minutes crawling through, and even then, there's really no cover at the end of it. But I would say MG control for AA is extremely important for the Axis side because that's how they're going to box out the Allies. Having an MG in the grain feeder, hard cap, and then there's a circle trench with a broken building that can watch like the entirety south of the southeast side. That is just important for boxing out AA. And as far as Piers goes, some teams will commit to it, some teams won't. Personally, I think Piers is important because it allows for the flank of front door and taking of cattle shed. Cattle
Depends
shed
on
is
point layout, in my opinion.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's my kind of take on AA network.
Okay, I think we're getting close to starting here, so let's talk about the last one, Pierce Farm.
Do you want to take a twist?
Pierre's got Pizza Slice all the way out east. That's the little slice of, wheat on the map edge. And it goes down into a little wheat field that is just north of the Dragon's Teeth. That area is probably going to be, fought over the majority of the game, unless somebody really gets screwed and kicked out of it. I guess, it's easier to kick out Axis from that area than it is Allies, because, Allies can just roll a tank up the whole H column and erase any and all progress that Axis has made unless they're just getting satcheled in the back lines. But overall, I'd say Piers is, a harder point for Allies just because they have so much open field in, their half of the cap sector as opposed to, Axis, who have a lot more cover. Yeah, that's Piers. I prefer map edge over there. It's fun.
Hey Wix, do you know who the RD person's going to be on Alpha?
Yeah, I was just asking that, actually. While you guys were talking about that, I was trying to figure that out. Alpha's actually trying to find someone to play Artie right now, so that's why we haven't flipped, is that they are missing... looks like they're trying to find a couple last-minute fills, and one of them is Artie. What he told me was look for the squad with the Artie icon.
Okay.
It will probably be an armor squad, I believe, but look for one with a Artie icon. If you don't see it, just ask in chat. Somebody will answer you. So I'm going to pull us over to my screen now, where we're looking at SMDM. This isn't the actual match here. It's just kind of the pregame. People are fucking around, and we're waiting for the map flip. So, yeah. What do you guys think about this match? Do you guys have any predictions or any thoughts on the team? We've played Alpha. I guess I can ask you this before we get into that. Is what do you expect to see from Alpha? That Twist, you and me have played them a few times. A few months ago, we played them actually in back-to-back games in HCA. They were our final week opponent, and we beat them on SME as allies, and that meant that we were tied to make the playoffs. So then we had to play a tiebreaker game the next week, and we beat them on Axis as SME. And then we also played them actually in the most recent HCA as well. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think we should expect from Alpha?
So I mean, impressions of Alpha is they love the W. They love W key. That's can be said for most Chinese teams, which that's huge. I mean, most teams some like to sit back and not be as aggressive, but Alpha is one of those teams that they're gonna bash their head on front door and keep testing you until eventually you break or you're able to hold. And their armor is also pushing with their infantry. So I would say they have pretty good, infantry armor cohesion. So I think that definitely plays into their ability to be able to, grind out most teams on front door.
Twist, anything to add to that?
That really covers it for me. Yeah. Excuse me.
So, just talking about how these teams got here and maybe what we expect for predictions. We saw Alpha play against Broken Arrow on Hill 400, and that was the that was the first match of seasonal. I think that was the opening match. So a lot of eyes on there, and I think it was a big surprise for people. I think for most people that Broken Arrow kind of came out on top there, beating Alpha, and I guess I'd call it an upset. Not that I think anybody thought that Broken Arrow was a pushover, but Alpha's the more experienced team. This is the first seasonal for Broken Arrow, and they played 2 matches in the most recent HCA and lost them both. So, Hill 400, I don't know if it's the map, if it's the side, if it was, just superior planning or whatever, but I think a lot of people were expecting Alpha to win that and be one of the teams that kind of comfortably makes it into the main stage. But instead they're here on the brink of elimination, whereas Central Alliance, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the teams that make up Central Alliance. They're Central European, hence the name. I don't think they have competed before under that name, at least. I'm sure some of these teams have competed before under other alliances potentially, but they played against 82 AD on SME, and that was, I don't know if it was the record or if it was just close to the record for shortest game, competitive Hella Loose game. It was really a disaster, honestly, for Central Alliance. I think they would probably agree to that as well, given how quickly it ended. So the map's starting to flip here. So that all being said, I guess I've lined it up for some last second predictions. What do you guys think? What do you guys like? What do you think the outcome's going to be, starting with Widow?
You know what? I think Alpha might run away with this, but I would like to see Central Alliance, come back and, show some grit and show that, they're not just pushovers and that they're able to, at least hold, or if not, pull off the upset against Alpha. That's what I would like to see from them.
Twist, what do you got? Who do you think is going to win? What do you think we're going to see here?
I mean, I think Alpha wins it. I don't know if I doubt we're going to see as quick of a game as last time. The fastest game on record. Is that right?
It was close. I can't remember if it was the record or if it was
I think
close.
It cleared it. But anyway, I just don't think they were, they're not as experienced and they just weren't ready to deal with that kind of a massive rush. And they're definitely ready for it, especially with this kind of point layout. You got 3 lined up. AA is a grind, but I guess it could happen. They, get something set up. But yeah, I see Alpha winning 3-2 or 4-1 probably.
I'm kind of trying
just
to look and see what my squad is here, or my guy is. But yeah, I think I agree with both of you. I'm hoping that Central Alliance is, I don't know if it's preparation. I don't want to say they weren't prepared, but
I don't know if it's a preparation thing. It's just like having experienced that before and having your players know how to respond in the moment. That's really it.
What I mean is, like, not like the preparation for the match, but that they're prepared to fall back and everything like that. I'm hoping that they can kind of sustain the fight, even if I think Alpha ultimately will win this match, just by the little that we've seen. But I'm hoping that they can get a strong garrison network up and really make a fight out of it. I mean, even if they lose, like, you don't want all these guys to put in the time and effort and everything for 2 quick matches here. Like, I'd like to see them really put up a good fight here and get some good experience, so that maybe next time they're a little bit better off. I don't want to spend too much more time on that. We'll get into the map here.
Straight layout of points makes this interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got Winter's Landing to Cattle Sheds on the Allies side. That's on the top. That's the Central Alliance side. And then we have our AA network as our midpoint. And then we have Hamlet and the Fields on the Axis side. So yeah, straight point layout down the middle. I think this kind of makes it interesting because you have the full width of the map to play. You're not constrained by the map edge, and really nobody gets the advantage or disadvantage of a, adjacent point instead of a straight line. So the kill things I know are a little screwed up on the side there, but once people start to load it and everything, that should look right. In the end, we do have Widow streaming on the other side. So we will be able to do the double map, which I'd actually like to do right now if we can.
Yeah, probably a good time right as the wall drops.
Yeah.
See kind of where trucks are lined up and everything. Do that. Check for snipes if you can.
Interesting enough, Alpha seems to have 2 SLs walking from middle HQ up to the line.
I'm not capturing your stream somehow.
That's not ideal.
Uh-oh.
Neither of those things are ideal. But we got a game. Match start.
Yeah, Widow, just there we go. Sorry, I gotta work it now. What do you got on your side in terms of vehicles, real quick? I got on my side 2 lights and a medium and the normal trucks.
Looks like they're running 2 supply trucks, 3 transports, and then they got 2 lights, a recon, and then a medium. So running 4 tanks.
Did Alpha send anyone on your favorite truck route, Wix?
You'd have to ask Widow. I don't see anybody. I'm looking. I don't see anybody there. I'm going to get us arranged here over AA network. Sorry about that. We had a little last-minute technical glitch there, but I'm trying to capture kind of the midpoint here. We got the trucks arriving, already starting to land on the south side of the wheat field at AA. Looks like Alpha's a little bit stronger on
trying to figure out where Central Alliance's mid-truck is.
Yeah, did they lose their mid-truck? I don't see anything.
Yeah, they must have lost them. No, there's 3. Their mid-truck's going to 5 points. Then they have a truck at Pierre's and a truck at Raincourt Manor.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, at this point, hard cap 6 is 3 for Alpha.
Yeah,
Alpha's set up stronger. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure if this was deliberate or what, but there's literally nobody from Central Alliance that went hard cap. Maybe there was a 4th truck that got taken out. I'm not sure.
I'm looking at the stat sheet. 2 kills top 1 right now.
Looks like Central Alliance is playing for the flank early game. They sent an entire squad to Pierre's.
All right.
Could be playing map control. I mean, 5 points is important for sure. Maybe they just kind of conceded that the Axis were going to get in that trench system, and they weren't really concerned about trying to.
I mean, it looks like now though Alpha's just taking Freak around at Heaven/Dugout. You know, there's really no contest from CA. So I mean, if Alpha's able to get around, and get into Gardens, they can shut down that entire 5 points push that CA is trying to make right now.
Yeah, I don't know about sending a whole squad to Pierre's. That's not the play for me.
And it looks like CA's medium is diving the point with no infantry support right now. There's currently a sapper going around the right side of the hedge to try and get a satchel off as well. Looks like the satchel went down as well, yeah.
Are you looking at your Panzer IV?
Start from the back.
Sorry, yeah, the medium Sherman on hard cap.
Yeah. Yeah, he did get the
Yeah, he got it on.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here, you know, I mean, maybe they're playing for actually they already capped the point.
Yeah, I mean, they have a decent rap going. I don't see an SL over there just yet, but It's pretty good. But Alpha looks like they're making a good push towards hockey sticks. Those are very
CA just lost their opening steward and opening medium at the same time, so they're hurting in the armor department currently.
They got a medic. Let's go.
Yeah, at this point there should be. We can peep the map real quick. Yeah, there is a heavy coming up. Let's stop and take a look, because last time they got back capped. Is there any kind of flank Gary or whammo going on the Alpha side? We can pull up both maps actually if we want.
You know, there's no flank Gary currently, but there is an SL going C5 up map edge currently.
That is kind of strange from CA. They don't have a Gardens garrison up yet. It looks like.
Yeah, Alpha has immense map edge.
Alpha's running medium up to Gardens. Problematic.
Yeah, we really see Alpha not just capping mid, but taking a lot of ground here. You know, we saw the garrison. They have a few garrisons up, so that's good on the central of the CA side. But you really got to get your guys in the fight here. I mean, Gardens, there's a couple guys here, but nobody's really stopping Alpha that I see. At least they're not very close. I mean, they're just kind of wandering through hockey stick, getting into Gardens. I don't know if these didn't get reset in a timely manner, and so they're coming right off the carry. That's what it was.
CA just had a huge spawn wave at Cattle Shed's front door, so I mean, they're probably looking to retake that front door, hopefully. I mean, as far as Gardens go, they kind of, I want to keep it up on Gardens. It's a little hard though, because Alpha has their Lux and their starting P4 watching Gardens, kind of just shelling in the Gardens.
Yeah, we see that Gardens is really the kind of most important, I would say, most important pivot point here for Cattle Sheds to AA. If we can talk about this for a second. This spot is like one of the most powerful power spots in Pellet Moose. You can sit tanks right here with some repair stations behind them. I mean, look at the view here. They basically can't have a garrison anywhere near cattle sheds. In any of the barns, you can splash off rafters and all that. You can cut off so many areas where their heavies can come out of mid-spawn and get to the middle of the map. So it really becomes more important than just, okay, this is an area between the 2 points, but you know, there's really good ground there that I'm sure Alpha's first heavy is kind of licking his lips, ready to come up to this spot right by hockey stick and just farm infantry for as long as possible.
Speaking of farming infantry, man, the Alpha guys are getting a ton of ground front door. They're actually up to CA's launch area. They're just farming it right now.
Oh, that 76 is pushing straight into.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this for a little bit because I'm not sure what in the world is going on here. Oh, good defense, good tank defense. But there is another assault guy on the other side.
There's no friendlies there. Come on.
Oh, got shot, so they're protected. He's got to get the hell out of there, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know why he drove so far up. There's nothing to save here, except your tank.
The front door garrison goes down for CA in front of Cattle Sheds. Statue goes off as well.
They just did they have it on the hedge?
Yeah, they had it on the hedge, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I'm CA, I'm starting to get worried now, though, with your front door collapsing. You just lost your front door spawn, and Alpha's making a ton of ground.
Yeah. What's Rue look like? Is there anything going on over there, or?
Looks like Alpha has a couple guys fighting peers, yeah.
I'll back up and we can look at this this side of the map as well a little bit. So look, everything's on the inside of the road here, the west side of the road. Still kind of see that heavy out there sitting in the field by Gardens. He seems to be okay there. Cattle Shed's kind of an interesting point, I think. Really, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty stupid. Cattle Shed seems like it's hard to defend.
It
right?
really
because it's like really can be attacked from from a lot of angles, and there's not really a lot of good, like, defensive, positions that you can hold. And what I mean is, like, it's flat all around it, so there's, like, not elevation for your MGs. There's
some spots.
There's, but like, compared,
take it from a guy who really wants to play MG,
but you know what I mean, like, compared to other points, like, for sure there's some, but compared to other points, you don't have any. There's no
it's
hill,
just more so like map. It's just map control. You gotta control the map around it.
I feel like it's just a lot of like hedgerows and fields and shit, and that.
Yeah. At the same time, I mean, if you're controlling everything around it, it doesn't really matter what's into it. You can just collapse in the same way that
there's a lot of people around gardens right here. The 76 has, rightfully so, just backed up and said, like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Fly around and look over at this side, because I think this is kind of pretty pivotal area. You can see there's a lot of people fighting on this side. There's a lot of people in the backdoor mansion on Alpha.
It seems like Alpha's not committing too hard to a front door push. It looks like most of their push is coming through gardens and then wrapping around that hedge. Based off the map and looking at the in-game.
Yeah, I think pretty soon we're going to start to see them making
Does
their
Alpha
way across.
have an MG on Pierce?
It does not look. No, they do not.
I think we're going to pretty soon see. We already kind
got
of
one back there. All right.
Seeing Alpha start to make their way across these hedges.
Said fuck your flank.
Where's the guy you're talking about?
He's
watching Widow here.
Great Theater all the way back by Hamlet.
Yeah.
Back by Hamlet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's interesting sight line.
The wheat field. By the wheat field?
Yeah, the wheat field.
Yeah.
The wheat field one. Oh, he's watching the CA's recon team that's back here.
The whole recon team. Oh, CA doesn't have flares.
Oh, yeah,
that's a
that
decision.
Could be an issue, yeah.
Where's Alpha's Tiger at?
Alpha's Tiger's rolling up to Hugo's currently right now.
Okay, let's do a map check real quick. Let's hit the maps.
Looks like Alpha's dropping an Airhead and H3 currently.
We see that. We got the first heavies over by on the ally side, still over by Brick, or probably I don't really know what he's doing, to be honest, because he's not really near his infantry. He's not really set up for any tanks. There is a tank mark on Hockey Stick. I don't know. Does Alpha actually have a tank there? Is that the
Alpha has a solo Puma on Hockey Stick currently.
Nice.
Putting work in. It looks like CA's contesting Alpha's whammo on map edge currently by Winter's Landing. I've seen the guy die 2 times now trying to make that, wide flank. So it looks like CA's prepared for that wide flank.
They did a good job taking out the airhead.
The airhead did go down?
Yeah, the airhead did go down.
Oh, there's a lot of CA guys here on the road now. Yeah, it's kind of strange to look at this. I'm going to try to get both sides a little bit within the 500 meters, because you see there's nobody really front door here, but there's a lot of people from both sides on the east and west flanks.
Yeah, if Alpha committed some resources front door here, like 2 squads, they could probably overload their cattle defense and probably get it. Based off looking at the map.
Door's not a bad push on cattle sheds, I don't think. Like, of course you gotta have people on the flanks, but front door's not a bad push.
No, it's great.
You got decent.
Once you can get up there, you got 2 hedgerows you can work up.
Yeah, you got decent cover to get into. I mean, this Puma really is sitting on basically on the spot that I saw earlier, very near it, with the same kind of view, where he can just shoot into those barns, which is where a lot of people like to have spots. And really just farm spawns in there in cattle sheds and kind of make it a inhospitable area. I haven't really noticed
massive spawn wave out
to
the east here.
Well, east and west.
Yeah, Alpha has OP on hard cap currently now. They're trying to get some bodies and some cap pressure in cattle sheds.
What I haven't really noticed is artillery. Like, I know it exists. Well, of course, I'm in
Show already defenses. Come on.
We actually don't want RD defense. We want them to.
CA really is trying to make an effort to get back into gardens through this road in the west, which I mean I can commend. You know, they're actively gaining ground.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Now
you're
it's got
good.
2 SLs pushing front door. Now they have about what, 4 surrounding the gap, 5 count.
Yeah, this is the problem though when you.
Drew.
Is there a garrison on cattle sheds? I thought before they had one just north, maybe.
Alpha's garrison is in F5. That's blue zone. I'm not sure about CA though.
Yeah, Wix, can you pop the map real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they still have 3 OPs and they... Sorry, I'm on the CA side. I'm sorry, I was asking a question I have the answer to. The garrison on cattle sheds is still up on the other side, as well as 3 OPs. So they do have the ability to redistribute some of their troops into the hardpoint area here.
They got 2 tanks rolling in. I think they can hold here.
They're running out of time, though, I would say, because...
Already is whiffing a bit. He needs to ring that out.
Yeah, we're gonna see a mass redeploy here in a second from CA. Looks at this.
There's a CA bombing run, which is 1, easily 2. See an ammo drop. Interesting. Who in the middle of this field needs ammo?
For some reason, he had a huge spawn wave in G3 up by the radar tower.
Here's the Alpha. Where's the garrison?
If I'm CA here, I'm calling for a full redeploy so that we can clear our front door and clear outwards. You know, it's not really a big deal about the east and west losing, you know, hard cap.
Yeah, so there-
you don't control gardens right now.
There was a garrison and 3 OPs. One of those OPs went down, so it's a garrison and 2 OPs now. There's a hard, in the area as well. They're defending, so it's definitely tenuous, I would say. But kind of.
I'd say the issue now is though Alpha's starting to box them out. Like in the west, you know, there's no CA hardly 100 meters east. You know, Alpha's got full control of the hedge. It's gonna be a pain for CA to push to the west and east side now.
It's unfortunate. I just watched a CA player run all the way across an open field and then get killed. Just got a bullet to a strafing run.
And actually, you have to look at the
Of all
map.
things.
Alpha's whammo guys made it into their left HQ, and there's supplies up there waiting. So if Alpha caps cattle sheds, I wouldn't be surprised that garrison goes up and they immediately attack Winter's Landing.
So if they lose cattle sheds, there are going to be 3 garrisons near the Winter's Landing sector.
Alpha has an SL back there.
Yeah, that's what Widow was just saying. They have supplies already
I'm
ready to
surprised.
go, and a squad leader. And only the commanders on Winners right now, because of course you don't really need any troops up there yet. There is a strong garrison network up around the Winners, so they should be able to hold on a little bit.
I don't know too much about tanking, but I think at this point Alpha should have what 2 Tigers, right?
Yes, at least.
Because right now they're pulling up in another medium, right now. Which
Let me look and see where CA is at. There's only 1 heavy that I see on the board.
Yeah, heavy and a recon roll on the
They
right.
must have lost some that we didn't notice, because
yeah.
they should easily have 2 up right now.
What's out?
Looks like CA on the east side of cattle sheds through Daily Garrison at this point. It's not a point this time, but they've completely wiped east side.
The Tiger pushing in now. Might be a good time to show both maps.
That's a point for, yeah, let's take a look at the map.
Oh, the Lux just got rocked tonight. Lux went down.
Widow, go to map real quick. Just look where we're at. East side is completely wiped. They do have a garrison up there, just a kitty corner from the bunker, but looks like cattle sheds is going down. Where's the defensive area?
I think Gary's
Yeah,
about to go down too.
it looks like Alpha has a almost garrison on hard cap. They have 3 tanks on hard cap. It's gonna go the way of Alpha, from the looks of it. And that guy already is waiting up in C1 for that garrison, so we'll see the turnaround for CA in hopes that they can defend.
Wait, whose airhead is that?
That's CA airhead, but it's not going to spawn.
Oh.
It's going to land after the point caps, and that's just what happens is they just destroy it. You won't be able to use that even as like a weakness. It's just straight up.
Did that land in the middle of the road?
It didn't land.
Oh.
Yeah. It just ceases to. So yeah, we saw the Panzer IV east side, the Puma and the Tigers. Once they drove up, I think it was cattle sheds.
Yeah.
At least for now. Not saying the game's over, just but cattle sheds, you know, it was they were hanging on by a thread there for a little while. They lost a lot of control, and then the tanks rolled up, and I think that heavy from CA did go down. So pretty rough situation. But yeah, it looks like Alpha's really already kind of on the front door here at Winners as they just swing over to the map edge over here. They're really already threatening the area just south of Winners.
Yes, they are. Over at Winner's Landing right now, and Alpha's Whammo guy is very patient. He's laying down, waiting patiently to his time to go to those supplies and build the Gary.
Look at this.
Those supplies take a weird roll. They're really close to their HQ.
There is 5 OPs from CA in E2 lined up in a straight line.
Got their armor crews just waiting for tanks.
There's 2 armor crews waiting in left HQ for tanks.
Yeah, I'd be.
Huh.
You know, get those guys in infantry, and you know, just make AT guns. Do what you can.
I'm gonna look at the map again. There's 2 garrisons in the Winner's Landing sector. Alpha is capping. There's just the tankers and the commander are the only ones in soft cap on Winners. Everybody else for CA is spread out across. I don't even know where they are, honestly. It looks like there's literally 10 people on the map right now. But they're spread out in like E2 and there's middle HQ.
Huge spawn wave for CA on their Winner's Landing.
Okay, there they are.
I think in general,
okay, that's where they are.
I'm noticing CA doesn't seem to have as many squad leads as you'd like to see.
Yeah, I can look at that real quick, actually.
It goes down to prep.
It goes down to prep, but I think we're missing some here because they're using most of them. But prep still has QRST, so they're on max.
Oh, huge spawn wave for Alpha behind Winner's Landing right now.
Well, I can't believe that's unlocked.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah.
They didn't get any SLs on that.
Flare going up. Check out this Flare Widow because it's probably gonna have a ton of people on it.
Holy, yeah, that's a massive flare for Alpha. Tons of information. Looks like the commander is aware that they spawned back there.
Oh, he's got to be. Yeah, he's fighting them now.
Goes down though. Let's hope that information gets relayed to his fellow members so that they can take out that garrison. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty dire for them.
Alpha really needed to get more SLs on that spawn because it's gonna be locked now.
Yeah, there's one guy that might be holding that. He's actually holding it down a little over here.
Yeah, Alpha might have misplayed here a little bit. Honestly, I think they should have held their fire and then tried running to the wheat field.
1 MG for Alpha and a spotter remaining.
Or just spawn 3 SLs there in the infantry. But let's see if he takes out that Gary.
Garrison's
Nah, he goes down with the sniper.
Still up. The sniper is defending.
It looks like CA is aware of the garrison being there, but they're not. They can't really commit that many resources because Alpha's knocking on their front door already. They're actually in hard cap, it looks like, and airhead going down just southeast of hard cap.
Let's hit the maps real quick. I don't want to look at it too long because I want to see the actions. Let's hit the maps and we'll see. 1 garrison only on the board for CA right now, northwest of Winner's Landing, close to that Alpha Gary, honestly. And Alpha just squeezing them right now, just really putting the pressure on.
Looks like the garrison for Alpha just went down in C1. Same with the OP, so CA is clearing out their back line, but can they save front doors? Is the real question.
Is this is an Alpha airhead?
Yeah, it is. Just falling southeast of Winners.
I see that. this looks like there's nobody from CA anywhere near it to contest it. So, although a mark from the Artie player just went down on it, so it seems like the location either was called out or this guy's going to get really lucky if he starts shooting this point with the Artie, because I expect a massive spawn wave on this area, and there's really nobody else to contest it besides Artie. So we'll see if he's aiming at his observe mark. Right as it landed, the mark went down, and the mark is right on. I can even hit my display and show you that it's right on here. So if shells start landing,
looks like the Tiger.
There it is. Shell just landed and killed all 4 people. It's one on the
Nice. Good already.
Looks like the Tigers engaged in the 76 in their left HQ currently.
In the left
One of the
HQ,
outskirts. Oh, the 76 goes down.
We are seeing cap progress on Winter's Landing. Looks like the hard cap has gone completely alpha right now. And even if Artie is camping that airhead, I don't know that that's going to even make a difference necessarily if he's still shooting there. Hopefully he's still shooting there, but I'm not seeing the kind of rate of fire. Is he shooting on this intersection? I think he's got to be shooting on the intersection.
Yeah. It looks like Alpha's Tiger's just going to sweep up the back line and this is going to be over.
The commander
Yeah, they don't have another garrison on point. I'm
CA commander shooting at the turret. There's an AT that's going to get him. Oh, Tiger off.
Nice.
Commander.
Yeah, at this point it looks too long gone though.
Yeah, I mean, you just see it. Did they even have a garrison up? There's no garrison up. Their HQ is locked.
Yeah, they're all running from middle HQ. They're not going to get there in time, unfortunately. Yeah. Another huge spawn wave on the airhead. Looks like this is going to go the way of Alpha.
Yeah, I don't know. He stopped. He got the four kill hit on the first spawn wave. Maybe he didn't know that was an airhead and that was just a coincidence. But I don't know that honestly would have made a difference though, because Alpha was everywhere else too.
Yeah.
I'm going to scan the stats real quick before in case anybody wants to look.
It looks like Alpha's Artie player got 49 kills.
Yeah, Alpha's Artie player only had 200 CE.
Commander for CA is already gone. I'll come in if I can get there in time. My squad mate in artillery here, Flamoli. So there we go. It was about 29 minutes, I think. CA held on, certainly. An improvement over their last match, but still not enough to get the job done, unfortunately. So 29 minutes and Alpha wins 5-0.
Yeah, I think had they not thrown away their opening tanks and had the tanks play with their infantry, that might have helped a little more. Because it was definitely rough watching that solo Sherman get satchelled off the road. Kind of gave Alpha the edge on armor supremacy currently.
Yeah, so I mean we kind of saw Alpha just take the midpoint there and really never stop. Kind of pushing through there. They just kept moving, and even cattle sheds CA held on for a little bit, but once cattle sheds went down, they were already kind of putting pressure onto Winter's Landing.
Yeah, they had that set up well.
Yeah, I think
Still interesting. I mean, they could have gone a little bit differently, or just taken longer had CA actually put some people on hard cap, put a truck there instead of committing a full truck to Pierre's.
Yeah, they left Cattle Shed's front door open for way too long, and unfortunately Alpha capitalized on that, which ultimately led to them capping.
Yeah.
So, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, that is the end of the winter seasonal for Central Alliance. They're eliminated in 2 games. Alpha will live to fight another day, and like we kind of said in the opening, that's going to be Alpha playing the loser of a match which is going to be later this afternoon that will actually feature the three of us. So it could be us playing Alpha next week if we are not successful this afternoon. But you'll see us.
Anyway, thanks for having me, Wix.
Yeah,
And,
you'll
Yeah,
see.
thanks for having me as well. I appreciated being on the stream. It was nice.
Yeah, you'll see us in TL playing against Syndicate this afternoon.
Wix, you good?
Do you guys not hear me? I don't know what happened. They can't hear me in Discord, but I'm being captured on the stream, so I'm just going to throw it to the Alpha's going to move on. They're going to play the loser of TL Syndicate, and that's going to be 3 o'clock this afternoon, and that's going to have me, Widow, and Twisted.
Well,
so I'm going to mute their Discord because they can't hear me for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so there you go. Alpha 5-0 over CA. Check out the seasonal Discord, discord.gg/HLL seasonal. You'll find the whole schedule of matches. There's a bunch more today if you're interested, or just kind of pay attention on Twitch and look around to see who's streaming. There's going to be a lot of them starting in a few hours from now. So if you're interested, check them out. And yeah, stick with us through seasonal. There's going to be matches every weekend almost until Christmas. So look out for Competitive Hell Let Loose on your Twitch, and stop by and check out the teams that are playing. That's it for everybody. They can't hear me, so they're not going to be able to say goodbye, but I will on their behalf. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.